Today I'm going to show you how to make a basic crochet hat with ear flaps. This one is sized for a man's head. You'll need the following. You'll need a K crochet hook, a tapestry needle, which I don't have shown here, but you will need it to weave in your ends. And then you're going to need your yarn. The main body of the hat is actually going to be gray. I've got two different strands, or two different colors. This is True Gray from Impeccable, and this, I can't remember the color, like the name of the color, but I'm pretty sure it's, I love this yarn. And then for, you know, sort of the accents, I'm using black. This is Simply Soft. You'll just need either to work from two ends of the same skein, so if it's like a center pull and then the outside one, or if you have like some scrap black like I do, you can use that along with your other skein. To get started, you're going to need to make a magic loop. Because of how many stitches we're working into that loop, you're going to need to make your tail a little longer than you would otherwise. When you start going around, it's going to get back up into the loop and you won't be able to pull it tight. So I usually leave like 3 inches beyond what's on my hand, and then I'm going to wrap. So we just go like this, and then you take your crochet hook. Well, there we go. Let's see, it might be easier. So you're going to take your crochet hook, you're going to go under this side, over this side, and you're going to pull it under, almost like you're making a slip stitch, or a slip knot, but you're not. Alright, now you're left with a pretty big loop, and yeah, so you're going to go ahead and work 10 half double crochets into the loop. To do a half double crochet, it's yarn over, insert hook, pull through, yarn over, and then pull through. You're left with 3, and then you yarn over, and you're going to pull through all 3. I find this first one is usually a little tricky, but there we go. Alright, and then you're just going to continue on around. Be careful to make sure that you're holding, let me show you that. Okay, just make sure that you're still holding your tail out. You don't want to get it too tangled up. Just going to continue to go until you reach 10. Okay, and now I'm getting ready to do the 10th one. Okay, and then I usually just count just to make sure. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. The first one that you did, or the 10th if you're counting back, it looks a little loose, like it's got a little thing in there, but it's the same thing. Alright, and now you are going to, once you have done all of the stitches, you're going to take the tail that was in your magic loop, and you're just going to pull it. See, and it just closes the end together, and so you are left with no gap right there, as long as you pull it tight enough. And then eventually you are going to, you'll weave in the ends. Or if you want, you can go ahead and work in, work it in. I prefer to do it later because I do like to make a knot just to make sure that it is fully tight. But that's really up to you. Okay, and then you're going to work a slip stitch into the first half double crochet that you did, being sure to grab both strands of the yarn. The first one is hard, at least it seems hard to get in there, but there you go. You make a slip stitch, so all you do is you insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, and then you pull through the one that was already on your hook. Okay, you're going to chain 2. Now sometimes when you're working a hat, or if you see someone in a hat, you'll see there'll be like a traveling seam. It'll usually be diagonal, and there'll be like a sort of a big gap. What I like to do to sort of circumvent that just a little bit is to not count my turning chain as a stitch. I just sort of do it so it fills the gap, but I don't ever count it. And then when I do my next slip stitch, I won't slip stitch into this. I will slip stitch into the stitch that I'm getting ready to do now. There will still be a seam, at least, you know, you'll see, if you're working it and obviously, you know, you paid attention, you'll see it, but I find that it's not nearly as noticeable when you do it this way. Anyway, so we're going to do our next half double crochet, and we're working 2 half double crochets in each stitch on the in the rest of the round, and that should be a total of 20. Again, not counting your turning chain. So you yarn over, you're inserting your hook, and you're going right here. Insert hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and pull through all 3. Okay, and then you're going to do it again in that same stitch. And then you're just going to continue to do that in every stitch until you reach at your beginning point again. Okay, now I'm close to the end. I just wanted to show you so that way you know where to work, like your last stitches. Okay, now when you reach this point, you may go, oh, I'm at the end, but you're not. So well, I'll just show you. You're going to count your stitches. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And then this was your turning chain. So that's only 18 stitches. You're going to work right here into this. Basically, it's at the base of the turning chain. And you're going to do 2 in there. And now you're going to slip stitch into the top of the first single crochet that you did. I'm sorry, the first half double crochet you did. Now you can usually tell, because you know you did a 2 turning chain, so you'll see your 2 turning chains. So this is the top of the turning chain here, and then that's, well, let's see if I can show you this better. So this is 1 chain and 2 chains. So you're actually going to go, you're going to slip stitch right here. And you can, another way you can tell is like, see, that's the whole stitch there. So you're just going in the top of it. And then you're just slip stitching, which again is inserting your hook, yarning over, pull through, and pull through the loop on your hook. And again, you're going to chain 2. Just a note, when you're making these hats, I'm basically working all the way in the round. I'm not worrying about sort of the bottom of the hat. Right now I'm just focused on the diameter, so that's basically how far across it measures, and that will determine the size of your hat. I'm making this hat for an adult, but if you were making it for a child or whatever, you could size it down, or if you know you need one that's just bigger, you can size it up. It's whichever you feel like doing. And then basically working in the round, you know, you're just increasing and trying to do it evenly. That's really it. Okay, so after you've made your chain stitch, you're going to do 2 half double crochets in this stitch, and the next one is just 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, all the way around. And then at the end of this, you should have 30 stitches, not including the turning chain. So there's 2 in the one in the next one, 2 in the same stitch, 1 in the next one. And if you get lost, you can just for like any beginners out there, you can tell, you can see how there's, you can see that there are two coming off, so there's 1 and 2, and then where this one just has 1, so you know you're alternating. So just look what you did in the previous stitch and you should be fine. So and where I'm using these 2 yarns together, sometimes it can be I guess not as noticeable immediately unless you are paying attention, but okay, and just continue all the way around. Okay, I'm almost at the end, and so this will be 2 in the same stitch. And then you're going to do 1 in this stitch. That's basically the base of the chain. Right, and then you're going to slip stitch into the top of the single crochet, the first half double crochet that you are doing. Making sure to get all of the yarn that you're supposed to be picking up. There you go. Okay, you are going to chain 2, which again does not count as one of your half double crochets. And then you are going, since we need to increase another 10, so this would make it a total of 40. The 4th row is 40. Okay, you're going to work 2 half double crochets in this next stitch. And then 1 half double crochet in the next 2 stitches. Two in the next one. And then again 1 half double crochet in the next 2 stitches, and you're going to continue to do that all the way around.